Hey guys, what's going on? Today's video is going to be a little bit different. So, we're going to start with a nice grenade here. A clip of a grenade of this guy sitting up here on the roof sniping with his helicopter. What this video is all about just sort of one of my, what I would consider maybe the most important tip to playing Battle Royale. Now, this will apply to a lot of different Battle Royales, specifically Blackout, though, because that's what I've been playing, and that's what I continue to play. But it works easily as well in Warzone, and a little bit more in, well, it can work in other Battle Royales, too. So, what this is all about being aware of your surroundings, okay? As you see there, I had that dead silence popped, I had that reinforced pop. I didn't go in and loot that bag right away, and the reason is because I know there's always guys around, and so I'm being aware of my surroundings. So obviously I got another kill out of that, and then I see this guy, and it took me a minute to figure out where he was, but then I found him. So it's all about being aware of your surroundings. The key to what I do is I never get into the bag and loot. Now what you're going to see here is actually an example of not being aware of my surroundings. I saw him, and I had to run to that rock for cover. I'm not aware of my surroundings. Look what I just did. I just gave up my only cover, and I pushed a guy who had higher ground, and he had a more powerful gun at that range than I did. And that was a losing battle, and that's why you pay attention to your surroundings, so that you know what you should and shouldn't be doing. So this one here is a very interesting clip. This is a clip of what I would consider to be, I mentioned it in my video yesterday, or a couple days ago, but I guess I would consider this what I think teaming in solo. Like, I feel like there's a decent amount of people who somehow party up or something and agree to get together and try to end up in the same game. Because that's the only real explanation I have for a clip like this. And you'll see here in a minute what I'm talking about. So I drop Asylum. I've been dropping here a lot more recently. I like dropping Array because it's center map. And again, this applies to a lot of different Battle Royales. So I like to drop in a relatively center map location, but something that's slightly off center. You know, the middle is going to be the highest part. So aware of my surroundings. I see those guys fighting. I see that guy, and I just like, you know what? I need to clean this fight up quick.
Don't make me fucking laugh.
And of course I taunted him. Of course. But what I did there was I saw those two guys fighting, so I was trying to wait it out, waiting for the guy in the window to get the kill. Because that's kind of, you know, I hate when people steal other kills. You know, like you're working on a kill and someone third parties it and just like picks up your scraps. So I was trying to let him finish that kill first before I killed him, but he just didn't. So I heard footsteps here, and I walk over here, and I kill this guy. And look at this. This is solos, okay? As soon as I kill him, look, there's another guy. I don't even stop shooting. And then look, another guy's in there. What an absolute joke. Now, being aware of my surroundings says, hey, you can't push that guy because you only have 22 health. And normally I would, but he's got the advantage sitting in that room. So I'm not going to push him there. Now, as I'm running over here, I hear more footsteps. So it's like, are you kidding me? There's another guy here? So this is this guy. Okay, now at this point, I think to myself, okay, there's something going on here. People are doing something, and I thought, like, okay, look how many people are spectating me right now. People are teaming over here, and now what they're doing is they're telling their buddy who's still here, hey, he's over in the corner doing this and that. So I don't want to go out and start looking around. So I'm on high alert here. As I'm on high alert, I get into this bag, and I'm not really looking too much in the bag. I'm also looking up, and immediately I see there's another guy, and he runs right to me, knows right where I am. Just weird, man. Just some weird stuff going on here. Like, how can you explain all those people just camping in the same room? Three guys plus in the same room, and then a guy runs right to where I'm hiding, like he knew right where I was, and then another guy runs right over there. It's kind of messed up. So I don't know what exactly that was, but again, being aware of your surroundings is critical in these games. It's critical, which is why I play better in solos than I do in squads or duos, is because all you're focused on is the game. You know, there's no like, hey man, what happened with you this week kind of stuff. None of that. It's just like, it's pure, and you're in the game, and all you're doing is listening. Now, I thought I heard another guy over here. But, as you'll see, I'm not getting into those bags again, because for the other time I did that, the guy walked right up on me. So I'm not getting in there. I'm just looking around. I'm spending my time looking around before I go back to get into this bag. And again, just being aware of my surroundings and being like, hey, there's still something going on. There's still someone spectating me. Still, you know, still wondering what is going on there. But being aware, hearing things, knowing about how many guys are here. So now I know there's a couple guys here. I heard a couple guys here drop. And now I'm playing as Mr. Transit Man Bus Driver, which is awesome. So as soon as I get a gun like that, Cordite, which is actually my favorite weapon, I'm immediately going for guys. Now, I was real careful there not to hit the fence because that doesn't make any noise, doesn't let them know where you are. If I hit the fence, he would have known I was there, and he would have been waiting for me. But he wasn't because I was careful to be stealthy. Again, being aware of my surroundings. Now, I know that there's several more guys here. I can hear other guys. I can hear him down there. Now, I can see him. Luckily, that was an easy one. He had no idea where I was, and that's a weird angle for him anyway, even if he kind of knew where I was. So, same game. Now, there, I hit the fence. So, now there, see that guy? He comes right over, and he's shooting at me immediately because he heard me at the fence. He got me down to 14. So, that was a misplay on my part. Now, again, here, same game. Now, I'm listening because I thought I heard something. So, I'm waiting because I'm like, man, I heard some footsteps here. Now, that's the bag over there. I'm not going to go for that bag yet because I heard a guy. Now I hear him out to my right, and look, I see him. I switch weapons, and look, he's just waiting. Again, paying attention. He was 75 feet away from me, and I still heard him because I was quiet and paying attention. Now I also hear another guy here. See him down there, realize that's not cordite range, so I switch. And that was stupid. That was just really stupid. To start shooting like that when you don't know, when he's running away from you and you're looking at him through, you know, 2 slats of a floor from a higher distance. So now I'm realizing my mistake, trauma'd up. I'm going to go over here and try and see if I can see where he's going, right or left. We've got sort of the long angle here so I can tell which way he's going. See him kind of moving back this way. Hear him coming up. And look, try to run into the wall. Not aware of my surroundings there because there was a wall next to me. I thought I was a little bit further up. So now I'm looking here again. Don't see him. Right, there he is. But now I hear more footsteps. Again, aware of my surroundings. So now I hear him over here. It's critical. All right, audio is critical. If you guys don't have headphones or a headset to play with, you're at quite a disadvantage. I mean, a really serious disadvantage. And so as you see there's 50 people left, and I'm already at 6 kills. Like, that is just tearing it up. Now, again, this is later in the same game. Now, this is one of the best ones here. So I'm going for this guy down to my left, and I immediately hear this guy to my right. So as soon as I shoot this, can kill this guy, immediate switch, immediate look right. I know he's there. One of the better prepared plays ever. So I hit him. I don't know how I didn't kill him, just tailing him. Now, I don't actually see that guy to my right because I'm so tunnel vision on him, but as soon as I hear footsteps to my right, immediate switch. And again, this one doesn't work out for me. You know why? Because look, he's downhill. I have the upper hand, and I walk out into the open with a 1/10 of a clip left, and I just dump the bullets, and now I have no gun. So just not a good aware of my surroundings there. And that happens when you get in these fights. You know, you're getting in a lot of gunfights. And that just happens. So basically the theme is you need to maintain that sense of awareness all the way through the game. Now, this one is one of the craziest things that's ever happened to me in Blackout. Okay, so I'm walking, and I hear a stun, right? So now I'm looking around. Now a guy's shooting at me, and I can tell it's coming from that direction. Don't see anything. So now I'm on high alert. And that's the most difficult part, is staying on high alert throughout the entire game. Now, if you watch some of these guys who are really good at these Battle Royale games, they're constantly, either when they're playing solos, they're just not talking at all, or when they're playing duos, quads, they have seriously good comms with everybody. Like, hey, guy over here, 2 guys to the left, like 1 guy running, you know, they're giving out coordinates, all that kind of stuff. Staying hyper-aware and vigilant while in the game, like 10, 12, 15 minutes into the game, is really one of the hardest parts about Battle Royale. It's easy at the beginning when you drop in, you don't have a gun, you have to run for a pistol. All that kind of stuff. So now what's going to happen here is absolutely crazy. Again, I'm being careful because I know I'm getting shot from over here, so I know there's guys here somewhere. And the audio cues are critical. The audio cues are some of the most important things in here, right? So I don't see anybody. I don't know what's really happening. And I'm just clearing it because, again, I'm unsure. I don't want to push further into the circle, but I'm on high alert. Someone was shooting at me and it was close enough to hit me with a stun. And so I know they're in this area somewhere, but I just don't see them. I just can't find them. But staying on high alert is easy at the beginning when you have no gun and you drop and there's like 4 or 8 dudes dropping where you just dropped. It's really easy to be hyper aware. But as the game drags on and as you run cross country for like 38 minutes, it becomes a lot harder. Now check this out. I'll be quiet so you can hear this. Unbelievable.
Die.
I taunted him because that deserved a taunt. When I show you where he was, you'll be... I'm still looking around, and it took me until I reviewed the footage twice before I figured out where he was, where he came from. I was like, there's no helicopter, there's no nothing. He wingsuited. Check this out. Look at this. Look where this Joker was hiding. I zoomed in. You see him there in the center at the top of the pole, that little oblong shape? That is him on top of the power pole. Now, I know he grappled up there because he had a bunch of loot, okay? So I closed the door behind me there. I hear him come in right behind me because I closed the door. And, by the way, also closing the door didn't cost me any time, but it cost him a second or two. So now I heard this other guy. Start shooting him. I have a bad gun, so I push out here, hear him move to my right, and I'm like, well, I can't push him now because I have a crappy gun. So just staying hyper-aware throughout the entire game is critical. And I've talked about this before. To you guys and to my buddy that I play with all the time, it's critical that you have out a submachine gun pretty much all the time, or the weapon that you're most comfortable with. As you saw right there when that guy dropped on me from the tower, if I had had that Titan out that I was trying to get a challenge with, he absolutely would have killed me. The way he was running up to me, he either had a Bowie knife or he had a brawler on, and he was trying to punch me in the back of the head. So the fact that I had the cordite on was critical. And the fact that I heard the wingsuit and immediately flipped and knew exactly where it was coming from because of my audio was critical. Absolutely critical in getting that kill. So now here, I hear that guy. And I also heard another guy this direction, so I'm not going to do anything yet. Lo and behold, there he was. So just like that, you get a quick 2 kills. If you run in and you start tearing guys up and then you're just sprinting straight to the bag trying to loot, you're just going to die a lot. And so it really comes down to making sure the area is clear before you do what you're trying to do. Making sure the area is clear before you run up and you try to loot something. And that's critical also. Making sure that you don't run up to loot until you know it's clear. And I do that constantly. You'll constantly see that from me when I play games, is I do not go up to the bag right away. You know, it's a little bit different in this video because it's just a big mashup of a bunch of clips. But when I play regular games, and you'll see it even a few times in this one, I just don't go to the bag right away. Because you know there's guys around, and when you get in a gunfight, people like to play it so cautiously. And I know you guys know this. Everybody knows the classic, just like the meme of the guy just camping in the bush. I'm sure there's many memes. I haven't seen a specific one, but I'm just saying, like, it's become a meme that people just sit in bushes and just wait. They just sit there and they just wait for someone to cross their path because they just don't want to die. They want to be the winner. They want to be the last one left. And what they don't realize is that's the complete wrong way to approach it. Because I'll tell you this. If a guy's sitting in a bush waiting for me and I don't see him and he starts shooting me, 7 out of 10 times, I'm going to kill him. Even if I don't see him, 7 out of 10 times I'm going to kill him because I'm prepared for gunfights. I constantly have my submachine gun out, which I'm always prepared because if a guy gets really close to you, that's really the best way to do it. So I'm constantly prepared for that. And I know the caliber of player that sits in a bush like that. All right, so now this guy disappeared. I don't really know where he is. So I'm going to move up here. I should have grabbed that mag first. But now I hear another guy out here. And I'm going to try to get him. But bars got in the way. Now there's zombies killing me in this room. So now there's really nothing I can do there. So I have to just get out and heal and reevaluate. Right, so now I hear him. And he moved on, right? Maybe up this way. Yep. Looking for him, and I heard him and was aware that he was there, okay? So again, listening for the audio cues, and same thing here. I hear a guy, but now my surroundings are a little bit different because there's zombies around me, so I can't really do anything with these guys around me. So I kill them, and I hear this guy coming in, and there's another kill, right? So again, I don't go to the bag right away. I do grab one thing of loot or whatever. Grab those bags, but I'm not going to go in the bag right away because you're very predisposed when you go to the bag. So now, again, I can't hear because of the zombies, so I'm going to clear them all out. Move to my right. This is the same game, just a couple seconds ago. Now I move to the right. As soon as I kill this last guy. Use a perk. And now what do I hear but another guy? totally ready to kill him too. Just being hyper aware, being vigilant of my surroundings, okay? Same game. A little bit ways on. And check this out. Okay, guy just threw up a dart. I pause for a second, try to figure out where it is, what I'm going to do. Think he's coming up this way. Go to the window, look out. There he is. Switch my gun. And that's really the worst that happens. If you go with a submachine gun out, that's really the worst that happens is you just have to change guns from a range. And there, it worked out fine for me. And again, I pushed him. So there's a purple cordite. Again, there's still like 37 people left. I already have 7 kills. That's just dominating. So now here's something that's really interesting. So the perk called awareness boosts your hearing from distances. And I've said a million times before, I only use that to tell if guys are around me. And then once I know they're there, I just drop the perk. The reason for that is because it completely skews where I'm hearing the sound from. So I had it on and I heard a guy coming in. So now I know I'm just going to drop it. I'm just going to wait around here because I know he's over in this direction somewhere. Audio is so key. Even if you don't have... Like, really, headphones are almost a must, I would say. Headphones are almost essential. I don't think there's too many people who play without headphones nowadays, but if I could tell you something, if I could tell you the best upgrade you could make to your console if you don't have them, or even your PC, I mean, obviously on PC you might have them, but if I could make one suggestion for improving your game so much, if you're actually trying hard, if you don't have headphones, get headphones. Even a not great set of headphones is so much better than TV speakers or even a 2.1 because you can't really tell direction as well from a speaker. All right, so here we go again. I hear a guy throw up the dart, which I have, and I wouldn't normally do that because if you look, the circle's about to come here. I'm about to lose it, but I'm going to use the equipment. I have it. I'm going to use it. So now I see him. I'm trying to peek. I don't want to let him get away, so I peek one more time. And then I come out here. And this was just me looting and hearing him. So, again, the theme is when you're playing, you just, even if it's 7 minutes into the game or whatever, like this one here, look, I only have 2 kills and there's 31 people left. So this is late in the game already. And I'm just out here running with the GKS, which I don't like as a gun. And you'll see why at the end of this clip. And I've sworn off the GKS since this clip, actually, since this game happened. Because it cost me the game, basically. Now, right there, what you saw was me dodge a grenade. Now, when I rewatched that footage, I was like, did I know he was going to throw that grenade? There's no way. And then I watched it a second time and a third time, and I realized, oh, yeah, in that moment in the game, I knew he was throwing that grenade, and that's why I dodged and left. Even though he was so far away, I could tell the animation that he was going to do that. Now, that's some hyper-vigilance. We're talking about 2 minutes in, or whatever. We're probably, I would guess, 14 minutes into this game at this point. No, there's 20 people left. We're probably 11 to 12 minutes into this game. And I just ran from Asylum, probably, judging by the direction I was coming from. So I ran from Asylum, so I probably haven't seen a guy in 5-6 minutes. And I've just been running. I've just been playing walking or running simulator across the map. And I was so aware that within a couple of shots of shooting at that guy, I could tell from, 150 feet he was throwing a grenade at me. And I was like, nope. And I dipped out of there. And then, after that kill, I'm sitting there and I'm healing. And immediately I flip downhill and look because I'm assuming that I made enough noise that there's someone behind me because there's always late guys coming in the circle. And if you're not with your back to the edge of the circle, you know there's guys that are going to be pushing into you. And here, I'm just looking around. This is a late circle, the same game, but a little bit further on. So late circle. And I know there's probably a guy over here, and look, there's the guy. Now, I lucked out that he was that far away because I had an assault rifle out. But as you see, I'm aware enough to switch and then move over and switch to that. He still almost had me. But I'm aware of my surroundings, aware that he has a good position there. He has a position to hide behind that hill, and I have to push him, and all I have was a rampart out. There's no cover between there and there. So that was a moment of like, hey, I need to use some kind of equipment. I need to give myself an edge here. Now I know this guy's shooting at me from over there, so I'm just going to wait for him. I think I can see him there. I think that's him, but I'm shooting and I'm not really getting anything. So then I see him and I'm like, hey, was that guy out in the ocean out there? And right there I'm like, yeah, that's him out there in the ocean, isn't it? So he was shooting at me, and those are bad shots. Those are really bad shots. But once I'm sure it's clear, then I come over and I grab the bag real quick. And luckily he had a 3 armor. Repairing armor in this game takes so long. I almost always just go straight to consumer. If I have to repair the armor 3-4 plates, I pretty much always just pop a consumer because like you're in real danger when your armor's that low. You're in real danger of getting hit like 4 or 5 bullets and having it break. And a level 3 armor is not something you want to burn. In fact, I would burn a consumer in order to save that level 3 armor. So again, as we see here, I'm constantly aware crossing this bridge. I'm not running straight across. I'm constantly strafing. I'm taking up a position at each of these cars. Just giving myself a quick little, peek. Just make sure no one's looking at me kind of a thing. I know that guy's over here in the left somewhere, so I'm still being aware of that. I don't see him yet, but I know he's over here somewhere. And you can't, you can train, but the way you have to do this is you just have to play and know that literally it's not even 1 or 2 seconds make a difference. We're talking about a half a second or a quarter second. I mean, that guy that I just killed there got me down to 10 health. The other guy got me down to 30 health. Like, if you're in a gunfight, 30 health that goes quick. 30 health is like 2-3 bullets, depending on the gun. If you're talking about a assault rifle, it may even be 1 or 2 bullets, depending on where they hit you. That's the difference in winning these gunfights and losing them. So if you're even slightly distracted when you're playing this game, you're really going to struggle. And especially because everybody tries so hard. Now, here's this guy here. Try to take the cover, only to let him get a little bit closer. And in there, I'm not gonna go for cover and try to re-challenge him, because then I have to heal and it takes too long. So instead, I'm just gonna force the action. Right away. And again, he got me down to 35 health. So when you play games like this, and there's that guy. Now this one's crazy, right? He gets me down to 25. So if I had been even a slight second delayed in getting out of that bag and doing what I had to do, he might have killed me. Again, if I hadn't seen that, or if I hadn't been like, hey, he's shooting me with all these things. So what I'm doing is I'm healing real quick. I'm pushing this way so that I can trap him, because he's gonna have to be. Yeah, see, so now I see him that way. He did the right play. He went that way, but I lit him up. Again, right gun for the right situation, but aware enough to know. Now, I also know that when I made a noise like that, these guys are going to know I'm over here. So I'm a little bit concerned. There's only 3 guys left, so I'm a little bit concerned about that. I'm hyper aware. It's a little bit easier to be that way in the end game. So basically, like the very early game and the very late game, it's kind of easy to be extremely hyper aware of your surroundings. You hear every footstep, you see every movement. You're just like your eyes are wide open, your senses are just on highest alert. But really, the key is making that last all throughout the game. Taking that from minute 1 to minute 22, 23 when the game's over. So here, I moved around the side. Really terrible grapple. I'm really pretty unexperienced with grapples. I'm definitely using them every game now, so I'm building up that, building that up. But the reason I did that was because I knew where he was. I had heard him shooting and fighting that other gunfight, so I decided to grapple up there on the cliff. Now this is just a classic example of just being unaware of what I had. So if you look where I am, I'm in the center of the circle, and this really inspired a change in me, because this particular game, this particular loss was really bad, and I was absolutely furious. So I damaged him a bunch there, and I was like, oh, I'm pushing him, dude. So I ran up here. And look at that. I walked into a Spitfire because I wasn't paying attention. So I should have kept the high ground there. He would have had to come to me eventually, and that would have been much more of an easy win. And I lost my awareness right there. And that's easier to also lose your awareness in the later game, too, when your heart's pounding and all that. So stay aware, guys. Stay hyper aware. Aware. And the next video coming will be a good idea of when to challenge and to re-challenge, and that's going to be super sick. I have some unbelievable clips in that one that you guys will absolutely love. So I appreciate it. Take it easy, guys. Hope this helps you. See you later.